The most commonly asked question on a food truck group is, how do I start my food truck? So today we're going to talk about that.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
Hello, welcome to 10-Minute Food Truck Training. My name is Bill Moore. I'm the founder of foodtrucktraining.group, and today we're going to discuss that often asked question, how do I start my food truck? We're going to start with the 0 point. 0 point is you do not buy a food truck first. And the reason is a food truck is an expensive purchase that if you're not able to start within a week or two of purchasing it, you have an asset that is now sitting wasting time, wasting money. If you buy a food truck today, if everything goes perfectly and you already have everything else set up, the fastest you could get open would be about 3 weeks. So there's no buy a food truck today and open tomorrow. So don't fall for those. What you want to do, step one, would be to do research. The research is going to be in two different areas. One is starting a food business in your city, your county, and your state, and then research how to start just a business in general in your city, your county, and your state. Each county, city, and state will have different rules, so you want to know those before you ever get started. And that's why had you bought a food truck first, you may find that food trucks aren't allowed in your city. And now you've got this big expensive asset sitting that you can't do anything with. You're going to have to go to a different city or a different county. That's why you do research first. A lot of people quit in the research phase because they haven't committed any money and they look at all the red tape and go, this is not for me. And that's a good decision. If it's not for them, it's not for them. Not everybody's cut out to do this kind of work. And I would much rather somebody make that decision in the research stage where they haven't spent any money than to have a $30,000 truck sitting in the driveway mocking them every day because now they got to do something with it. So research first. Next thing is work on your menu. Some of the research you're going to find may limit what you're able to sell. For example, if you want to do a hot dog cart, hot dog carts have a lot of restrictions because you can't have raw meat on them. You don't want to get into the food truck business without knowing the details. That's why you got to do the research. So now your menu is dependent upon that research. And whatever you want to sell, think in terms of what's missing in my area. Part of your research should be how much competition do I have? But develop your menu. Develop it down to how much it costs, how everything's going to be portioned. You can't just say, I'm going to sell hot dogs and hamburgers and roast beef sandwiches and call that your menu. That doesn't explain anything. It doesn't get into the details. You know, where you're going to cook it, what's it going to be cooked on, what's it going to be held on, what size pans you're going to use, how much mayonnaise you're putting on the hamburger, how much mustard is going on the hot dog, what is going on the hot dog at all, where are you getting your buns, where are you getting your meat from, how much does all that stuff cost. Your menu is not only what will I sell, but how much will it cost me? And you're going to detail that down to the penny. You've got to know those details. We've got all kinds of training on our Facebook group and on the website that helps you to do a full menu cost analysis. After you got the menu reasonably put away, you don't have to be 100% accurate on what you're going to be selling, but you need to have a super specific idea of what you'll have on your menu. And hopefully you're going to edit as you get into the process. But you need to know the cost. Once you know the cost, you're going to be looking at services and suppliers. Services would be like an accountant, a lawyer, an insurance agent. You want to have a repairman for the different types of equipment on speed dial, basically. It's much better to set that type of thing up before you need it than it is to be in a panic and realize, oh no, my refrigerator's broken and I've got a big event this weekend, and you have to just take whoever is available. Besides all the different services you need, commissary is another biggie. You'll have to line up where you're getting your water, where you're dumping your wastewater, those kind of things. You also want to be specific on where you're going to get your supplies. And I'm talking food and paper specifically, cleaning supplies, things you're going to be consuming on a daily basis. You want to have more than one source. Because I promise you, no matter how big the company is, they will run out of your favorite thing. They will run out of your most popular selling item. So have a backup source. 2 or 3 is even better. So we've costed our food. We've costed all the services it takes to support our business. So now we're going to figure out where in the heck are we going to sell stuff. And that could be as easy as you doing a route like an ice cream truck. It could be you going to different locations on different days of the week. Or it could be you setting up in front of a hardware store 5 days a week, 7 days a week, whatever. Or you could be someone that only does big events. But you got to figure out how you're going to sell. And it could be a combination of those things. You may set up every Friday and Saturday and then reserve Sundays to set up at a beach. Or you could, again, set up in front of a hardware store. It just depends on what you want. But you got to be thinking in those terms, and you need to be specific. I will set up in front of the Dollar Tree Monday through Friday. You want to know how much that's going to cost you too. Are they even interested? So you're going to be doing some exploring. So you still haven't spent any money. All you're doing is asking questions right now and getting how much things are going to cost you lined up. Once you've got all of that done, you've researched, you've got the menu developed the way you think it should be done, you've got all of your services and supplies set up, and you got some ideas of where you're going to be setting up to sell food and maybe get an event or two lined up. Now you get into shopping for equipment. You're going to be shopping and looking for who's going to be the best builder, who's going to have the fastest turnaround. Are you going to buy new? Are you going to buy used? Where are you going to find that? So you're looking for equipment. Look on some of the websites to see how much it costs for a grill or a fryer. Have brands in mind. Which one's going to be the best brand for you? What's their cooking capacity? So once you've committed to your equipment and you've got one on order, the day that you sign that contract, your social media and your marketing has to start. You want to start building that excitement up with your social media, and you need to be thinking about, how do I get the word out? So you're doing a couple things simultaneously. So to this point, we have researched, we have done the menu, we've got all supplies and services lined up, we've got some good locations, we've ordered the equipment, and we started our marketing and social media accounts. At this point, because you've got all the necessary information, you can do your business plan. You have all the specifics on cost. You have done all the research, so you know what to fill in and what to answer all the different sections of a business plan would require. And you should have a good working knowledge of all the expenses, so you can develop your break-even points and all the financial part of a business plan. We've done a lot of videos on all the things I've been talking about to get you to be able to do a good business plan. And that's available on our Facebook group. There'll be a link in the description for that. So the steps are: do your research, be very thorough with your research, develop your menu, and make the menu as big as you want, knowing you're going to edit it down at some point. You're going to cost out all the supplies, all the services. You want to have some people in your back pocket, like a repairman, your accountants, your lawyer, perhaps. Have all those folks already lined up, know how much it's going to cost you. You're going to be thinking about events and locations you're going to vend from and how you're going to vend, whether you're driving a route, setting up in front of a hardware store 6 days a week, or driving to different places and setting up in different locations. Are you only going to do private events? Those kind of things have to be figured out. You got to know your equipment, and you got to know your equipment in detail, and then you're going to buy it. And once you bought it, you're committed to doing all your social media, get your marketing plan developed, where you're going to go, how you're going to let people know that you exist, and then build excitement through your social media. Write your business plan. The business plan tells you how you should be reacting and what you should be doing to move your business into the profitability that you want it to have. And then the day that you get your delivery of your food truck, you're calling up the health department and say, hey, I've got my truck. When can we get our inspection scheduled so that we can open? So from the moment that you commit money until you actually receive the product, you're now on a timer, and that's how your business will be for the rest of your business life. Everything is on a timer of some sort. You want to get a certain number of things done in a certain amount of time, and you know when that truck's going to be delivered within a day or two. So that's when you're going to get that business plan completely done and have all your plans laid out, so the day that the truck arrives, you hit the ground running. So that's the steps. Not too difficult. There's a lot of going from having the idea to actually getting open, And we're here to help you with our group that we have. We have training that we do. We have a paid course. I've written some books. All that information's in the description below. You guys have an awesome day. Please consider supporting the group. Just click the support button and help us out. We can keep providing you the kind of information you need to move your business forward. And I will see you guys next week with a whole new series of topics.